What's going on, Pixel Hackers? Christian Lovrecich from PixlFeed here. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create an Instagram ad campaign for yourself or for your business and how to do it properly from A to Z, a step-by-step tutorial. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's do it. All right, before we get started, I'll walk you through on step-by-step on how to set up an Instagram ad campaign and get that ad out there for everyone to see and take you up on your offer or to buy your product. The first thing that you need to know, because a lot of people are not clear on this, Facebook owns Instagram, okay? So in order for you to be able to run ads on Instagram, you need a Facebook account and a Facebook Business Manager account. What Business Manager is where you're gonna go in to create your ad account, and it's where you load up all your campaigns and your creatives and all that good stuff. So if you're looking to run Instagram ads only, you need to go to business.facebook.com first, create account. And once you do that, make sure you follow instructions. And once your ad account is set up and you connect your Instagram account to your page, then you can begin to run ads. So let's get started. All right, so here's one of my accounts, and I'm gonna walk you through on how I would set up an Instagram ad just for Instagram. So the first thing that we're gonna do, so for this example, this is an e-com store. So it's a physical product, all right? Something that anybody can buy anywhere in the world. So if you have a local business, the only difference here is how you're gonna choose your targeting when it comes to what we call the ad set level. So when it comes to an advertising campaign, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, there's 3 levels to each campaign. You have your campaign, which is the whole campaign as a whole. You have your ad sets. This is where you're gonna choose what your targeting is, who your demographics, like what ages, locations, behaviors, all that good stuff. And then the ad section is where you add your ad creative. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna go to create, and I'm gonna name this Instagram, just for this example. And for this example, I'm going to do a conversion campaign. Okay, I have another video where it explains what each of these objectives are. But for this example, I'm going to do conversions. I'll put the link to that video at the bottom. All right, so very important. You have the option between campaign budget optimization and what's called ad set budget optimization. Okay, if you're using small budgets, meaning 25 and under, you want to turn this off. And we're gonna set our budgets at the ad set level. All right, if you have a budget of $100 and more, then you turn on what's called campaign budget optimization, because at that point, you have multiple ad sets with multiple interests and locations and demographics that you're targeting and you're testing. So you want Facebook to optimize at the campaign level and spread the budget between all those different ad sets, you know, where Facebook thinks is going to convert best. Okay, I'm assuming most of you watching this are total noobs, so we're going to keep it super simple. Let's turn this off. We're going to do Instagram interest. Okay, and I'm just going to name it this. All right. And then for my ad name, that's gonna be my creative. I usually I put the name, so I will do, like, let's say video 1, right? Evergreen, meaning that this is my main one that I use all the time, right? So we choose that. I'm using conversions in this case, and I'm gonna click save to draft, and that's gonna create the campaign for me, okay? So now we have our campaign, and I'm gonna filter so you guys don't get confused. First of all, let's ignore this little error right here. That's a little bug that's going on. So that's going to go away in a minute once we set up everything up. So again, campaign name is going to show you this. We're going to go to our ad set level, which is the same thing as if you click here. So this is our ad set level. Let me bring this up so you don't get confused. And here you're going to choose your objective. So in this case, I'm choosing purchase because I want people to buy my product. My daily budget, I'm going to change to 25 and up a day, daily. And I always choose to start all my campaigns at midnight the next day. Why is that? Because if you start a campaign in the middle of the day, like right now, it's 3:25 p.m. If I start my campaign right now, Facebook is going to try to make up for the time lost during the day, and it's going to accelerate the spending. So meaning that it's going to spend the budget as fast as it can to catch up and make up for the lost hours of the day. When that happens, Facebook doesn't optimize like it's supposed to. So you're essentially going to be wasting money and it's not going to optimize correctly. So, especially if you're starting out, you want to play it safe and you start your campaign the next day. So you choose your daily budget. So for this example, again, ad set budget optimization, because we're choosing the budget at the ad set level, not the campaign level. And it's $25 a day for this example. All right. For this specific example, I'm not going to choose when to end it. If it's a local campaign for a local business, and let's say you're running a promotion for a week, you can choose and run on, and then you just choose the date you want it to end. So for this example, let's say we want it to end next, what's today? Tuesday. Let's end the next Tuesday, right? So I would just choose to end the Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. right? So. But if not, if you want to let it run forever, then you don't choose that. You just choose don't schedule to end date. Just do that, okay? Custom audiences, that's if you have custom audiences. If you're watching this, you don't even know what that is. Don't worry about it. Location, very important, okay? Before somebody asks down in the comments, custom audiences, I have plenty of videos on this. So you just go to my channel and look for custom audiences. Anyway. So locations, if you're doing a nationwide campaign or a worldwide campaign, you want to choose people who live in this location, okay? So for this example, I'm using the whole US, all right? So why do we choose people living in this location? Because we don't want to target the tourists, right? Why would you want to target people that are visiting the United States and visiting on a vacation from Europe or South America or whatever? They're not going to buy from you, right? You want people who live here, especially if you're doing locally. Right? If you're doing locally, let's say I'm doing a local campaign for this example, and I choose Fort Lauderdale, right? Well, if it's local, I can choose Fort Lauderdale, people who we know live in Fort Lauderdale. And then we choose in our targeting how far we want to open that up. So the minimum you can do is 10. So if it's a local business like a restaurant or, a service type of business and you want to only target locally, you can do 10 miles. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you want to bring it up to, 25 miles, right? You can do that, okay? You can actually also, let's say you have two locations. So I have one in Fort Lauderdale and I have one in Port St. Lucie. I would drop a pin in Port St. Lucie. And then it gives you another location. Then I would change this to whatever. So let's say 20 miles, right? So now I have multiple locations, right? And the ad will only be shown where that circle is. But again, for this example, it's an e-commerce campaign. So I'm going to do just the United States, right? So people who live in the US. Demographics, you can go in here and choose your demographics. So who do you want to show your ad to? Who are most likely people to buy? If you're starting out, you leave this wide open. Never assume the behavior of your clients or customers. You leave it open in your first campaign. You'll look at the data when you get it back, and based on that data, then you make changes to your campaign by launching a duplicate ad set or editing the one you have or all that stuff. Here's we're going to choose our interests. So for this specific, example, I'm going to do fitness just to do something. So physical fitness. And if you're a local business and you're doing like pet grooming, then you put pets, people who have pets, right? You will do pets, and then you put people who have pets. I mean, it's the targeting is, you want to learn how to target? Again, I have a video called Audience Insights. I'll put the link in the description where you can learn how to do your targeting, how to find out your interest. So once you choose your interest, the next thing you're going to do, you're going to leave this on, detailed targeting expansion on. You want to make sure this is checked. What is this? What does this stand for? Basically, what this tells Facebook is like, hey, I know I gave you this interest. In this case, it's physical fitness. But just in case, if the signals that are coming back match something on your end, meaning on Facebook's end or Instagram end, and for this example, I want you to open up the targeting a little bit and find me those people, even if they don't have that interest in their profile. This is where the AI from Facebook and Instagram comes in, because they know better. They have all the data from the pixels and all that good stuff. So they know it's like, hey, Christian's looking for this type of person who buys this type of product, but he only selected this particular interest. But hey, I have all this data and I know I can do better because I'm a freaking supercomputer and I'm Facebook, right? So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to send this ad to this person that is most likely to convert. So that's what detailed targeting expansion is. If you're using interest targeting, you always want to leave that on. Once you get advanced, if you're using custom audiences or lookalike audiences, then you open that, you turn that off because you want to be very targeted with those audiences. Anyway, so languages here, you will choose the languages, English, Spanish, whatever languages you're using. If it's the US, I'll just leave it open. You know, whatever you're at, just leave it. I don't even bother. I never choose the languages, to be honest with you. And here is how you make it Instagram only. So instead of automatic placements, oops, where'd my mouse go? Instead of automatic placements, you're gonna click manual placements, right? And here's how you get rid of everything else. So you can see Facebook, newsfeed, marketplace, video feed, stories, in-stream, search, messages, but I don't want all that. I want Instagram only. So I will uncheck this, and uncheck this, and look at that. Now we have our ad only on the Instagram feed, only on Instagram Explorer, and only Instagram stories. When making your creative, you make sure whatever you're choosing that your creative works on all three. So you can either do a square image like 1:1 or 4:5, which is a little bit bigger but still square, or you can do 9:16 for Instagram stories. You can actually select custom placement at the ad level. I'm going to show you guys how. But here's how you select Instagram. If this is your first time, leave all three checked. If you know for a fact you only want the feed, then you get rid of the other two, and then you only leave the feed. Okay, so that's as simple as that. You don't have to complicate it. So we have Instagram feed, we have Instagram Explorer, and Instagram Stories. Okay, we're gonna scroll down. We're not gonna touch this because that's kind of like advanced stuff, so you guys are not there. Then we're gonna go to our ad level. So you can click here and go to ad level, and we're gonna create our ad, right? There's an error there. I don't know why. It's like a freaking, oh, it's asking for the domain. So let me put a domain. So the first thing you will do is put the domain for your business. So for this example, I'm gonna put this. You guys are not gonna see this. It's gonna be covered. All right, and then, you know, I know this is blurred out, but here we'll show you your website and a preview of what the ad will look like. So the next thing you know is make sure you have your Facebook page selected for the business. Make sure your Instagram account is selected here. The right account is selected here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to Add Media, and you're going to click that. And you have the choice of doing an image of a video. Very important with Instagram. If you're doing video, the videos can only be 15 seconds long. Okay. Video works well with Instagram. I suggest you test both. For this example, let's just do an image, right? So it will open this box right here. You guys are not going to see this because this is private information, but I will just grab one of the images, hit continue, and then it's going to create the preview for my ad. And then under primary text, this is your caption. So you can write whatever you want. Take advantage of our end of the month sale today. Click. Let the month sale today. I don't know. Before it's too late. You know, a little bit of scarcity there. You got to make it enticing, right? So before it's too late, right? Click. Shop now, right? And that's going to be your caption, and you see it on the preview, right? And then you will go down here again, and you change this to whatever your call to action is. So for this example, I'm doing shop now, so I will change this to shop now, or you can do learn more, or you can do get offer, sign up, subscribe, whatever your offer is, right? And then here's very important because Facebook is buggy sometimes. Make sure your pixel is on if you're using a pixel. If you don't know what a pixel is, once again, search my channel. I have a video that explains what the Facebook pixel is, which is the same thing for Instagram. So make sure you watch that as well. And then URL parameters, this is more advanced stuff. This is if you're somebody like me who's running hundreds and thousands of campaigns. This is how we're able to tell apart our campaigns. So for this example, so I'm using an Instagram only campaign. I will just come in here and do Instagram. I will call it CPC, cost per click. Okay, I will select the campaign name, ad set name, ad parameter is gonna be ad name, and then change that. Oh, ad name. And what does this do? So when you're using something like Google Analytics, and again, you have thousands of campaigns, thousands of ad sets, you got to be able to keep track where your sales are coming from and where your leads are coming from. So this is going to tag your campaigns inside Google Analytics so you can see where everything is coming from. So you will hit apply. It would apply it in there. And then the last thing that I do is like, I always check my spelling, make sure it is looking good. My image looks good. For this case, again, single image, right, for this one. And then once everything looks good, you hit publish. And then let Facebook do its thing. And next thing you know, your ad is going to be all over Instagram. Guys, if you like that video, make sure to check out the links in the description below. Help support the channel. And if you want to keep learning and taking your marketing game to the next level, make sure to click one of the boxes right above me. And I'll see you in the next video.